For many seasons, peace returned to the Kingdom of Benin. Ebohimi had found love, raised a family, and lived as both a warrior and a protector. But beyond the forests and rivers, destiny was quietly gathering like a storm. Across villages and marketplaces, people spoke of the fearless warrior whose courage knew no equal. Hunters praised his strength. Elders shared his story by moonlight. Before long, the whisper reached the royal palace itself. One quiet morning, a royal messenger arrived at Ebohimi's home. He carried a message from the Oba himself. The king of Benin had heard of the fearless warrior and wished to see him with his own eyes. With humility, Ebohimi journeyed to the royal palace. Beneath towering pillars and intricate carvings, he knelt before the Oba of Benin and pledged his strength, his sword, and his loyalty to the kingdom. The Oba recognized not only Ebohimi's strength, but also his unwavering loyalty. From that day forward, he became one of Benin's trusted frontline generals, standing shoulder to shoulder with the kingdom's bravest warriors. From village disputes to fierce battles against rival kingdoms, Ebohimi fought with wisdom, courage, and discipline. His victory strengthened the kingdom, and his name became a symbol of hope throughout Benin. But even the greatest heroes cannot stop the tide of history. While the Kingdom of Benin stood proud, a storm was rising beyond the seas. The British Empire had set its sight on the ancient kingdom. They came with rifles, cannon, and determination to conquer. War was no longer a distant rumor. It was at Benin's doorstep. News of the approaching army spread quickly through Benin. The palace drums echoed across the villages, calling every warrior to defend the kingdom. Men left their farm. Blacksmiths sharpened their swords. Mothers and wives prayed for those who will march into battle. Ebohimi returned to his home one final time. He knew the battle would demand more than strength. It would demand every ounce of his spirit. Inside the quiet of his heart, he prepared himself for the greatest test of his life. With unwavering resolve, Ebohimi completed the sacred ritual. He carefully tied the small native pot around his neck, not as a symbol of invincibility, but as a reminder of the oath he had sworn to protect his kingdom, no matter the cost. At dawn, the warriors of Benin marched to meet the invading army. Beside the fearless General Osolo stood Ebohimi, his sword in hand and his oath close to his heart. The earth trembled beneath marching feet as two worlds prepared to collide. The clash was fierce. Spears met rifles. Courage stood against overwhelming firepower. Ebohimi and General Osolo led the resistance with unwavering determination, refusing to abandon the kingdom they had sworn to protect. Then came the news no warrior wished to hear. The Oba had been captured. In that single moment, silence fell over Ebohimi's heart. The kingdom he had vowed to defend had entered its darkest hour. Legend tells that Ebohimi removed the sacred charm from around his neck. His oath had been fulfilled, and he chose to meet his destiny as he had lived. With unwavering loyalty, even in death, he refused to let go of his sword. Today, Ebohimi's story continues to be remembered in Benin. His courage, loyalty, and sacrifice live on in oral tradition, in monuments, and in the heart of those who keep these stories alive.